Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just wait 1 minute, then I will start. Okay, so let's start. So we have discussed in last classes, this is block diagram reduction technique. Okay, so this block diagram reduction technique, all of you seen that you have to represent a uh, big or increased size of any block diagram. That means in that block diagram there are different types of blocks available. There are different types of summing points and takeoff points, and also feedback loops also present. So this big size of control systems, we have to accommodate it, or we have to small in the area in the representation of the block diagram reduction technique. Okay, so in this criteria we have to discuss, it is another type of representation. This is signal flow graph method. Okay, that means SFG. This SFG, this is called, that is signal flow graph method. Okay, so in the block diagram reduction techniques, so there are different types of steps. That means first we have to accommodate cascading system of different types of block. Okay, then we have to accommodate the different types of feedback loops, then a summing point, or etc. So there are lots of step by step we have to follow the reduction technique of the block diagram technique. So in this signal flow graph we have to follow, there are different types of rules. Okay, so first you have to know what is signal flow graph. So this signal flow graph method, it is used to represent the control system in graphically method, and it was developed by the, that is the scientist name, that is S.J. Mason. And this Mason, it is who is discovered one formula we have to discuss in later part, that is Mason gain formula. So first we have to know what is signal flow graph. So this signal flow graph, it is a method, it is used to represent the control system in graphically method. Okay, so this signal flow graph, that means SFG, it is further shortens the representation of a control system by the way of eliminating the different summing symbol or takeoff points or different types of blocks. So in these transfer functions we have to know, there are different types of blocks are available, there are different types of loops, that is feedback loops are available, there are lots of summing points and takeoff points are available. So in this signal flow graph method we have to use, that is eliminating or shortens the representation of the control system by the way of eliminating the summing point, that is takeoff point, that is different type of block of transfer functions. So this is the basically method we have to use, the signal flow graph method. It is clear all of you what is signal flow graph?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this signal flow graph method, it is first discovered or developed by the scientist name is S.J. Mason. So in your syllabus, you have to know that is Mason gain formula. And using this Mason gain formula, we have to solve the signal flow graph method for eliminating the big size of transfer functions also. Okay. So this signal flow graph method, it has different terms we have to use in the representation of the SFG. So first we have to know, that is node. What is node? Achha, at first we have to, all of you seen this diagram, because using these terms, when we have to use these terms, it is related in this signal flow graph method. So all of you seen this diagram. So this is a basically one SFG diagram, that means signal flow diagram you have to given, and finally you have to solve the overall transfer function from these systems. Okay, so here you can see there are the input point, that is RS, all of you know. CS is the output point, and there are different types of loops. These are the basically loop, and these are the basically node, that is forward loop or backward loop. Okay, branching system, that is non-touching loop, okay, or touching loop. So these are the basically terms we have to discuss in this signal flow graph method. So please everyone remember this diagram, because this diagram it is helps to discuss in our different terms in the available in this signal flow graph method. Okay, so first we have to know what is node. So this node, it is a point which is starting, or anything is represent in the graphically method. So this node, it is a point, it is represent a variable or any signal. That means when a input signal you have to apply, or any branching input signal it is applied, so it is starting point, it is called the node. Okay, so this node, it is a point, it is representing a variable or any signals, okay, which is input we have to use this in this SFG, signal flow graph method. Branch, what is branch? We have to know this branch, it is a directed line segment flowing the two nodes also. That means in this diagram here you can see, so it's in this diagram, so these are the basically node. This x1 it is a one node, and x2 it is a one node. Okay, so in that case these are the basically one branch, and these are the another branch. So this is called the branching systems, and these are the another nodes, that is the x3. So this is x1, x2, x3, this is called the node, and this is a1, x1, this is called the first branch in this method, and this is a2, x2, this is the another branch method. Okay, so this is clear all of you. So this is a branch. Number third, transmittance. So this transmittance is very important for your short questions. So in your exams, when any short question is coming, these terms you have to know what is transmittance. So please remember this transmittance. This is a gain acquired by the signal when it travels from one node to the another node. It is called the transmittance. So this transmittance, it can be real or complex number. So what is transmittance? That means when you have to given any systems, it has a different types of nodes. So when these different types of node, that means the signal when it is travels one node to the another node, this system it is called the transmittance. And this transmittance we have to accommodate in the real axis or complex axis. Okay, so this is called the transmittance. Number 4, input node, or that is source. Input node or input source, that means it is a node that was only outgoing the branch. That means when you have to starting point a one input node, you have to apply. That means input node, it is supply from one point to the another point. That means input to the output tends to output. So this node, it is called the input node or input source. Okay, so this is a node, that means it is a node that has only outgoing branches. Next, number 5, what is output node or output sink? Sometimes it is called the output sink. It is a node that has only incoming branches. That means when you have to see in the output node. So in this diagram here you can see this is this x3. This x3, it is a output node or output sink, because in that case this node x1, it is connected by this branch, this point, and x2, this node, it is connected by this branch in this x3. So these are the basically two branches, and these two branches, these two nodes, it is connected in one single point. This point, it is also called the transmittance also, and this x3, it is also called the output node or output switch. Okay, it is clear, all of you? So please respond me. Anyone any doubt?
Yes,
So
sir.
anyone any doubt? So please ask me. So we have to know first node, then we have to know the branch, then we have to know that is transmittance, input node and output node. Okay. Next, number 6. This is a mixed node. It is a very easy. It is a node which has both incoming and outcoming branches. That means when any node, it is mixed a point, that means when a incoming point, it is coming a particular node, and this particular node, it is serve the outgoing branches. So this particular node, it is working at a time, that is a mixed node. Okay. Then path. What is path? This path, it is very, very important in our signal flow graph method. So this path, it is a traversal, that means travel method. A path, it is a traversal of connected branches in the direction of the branch arrow. Okay, and this path should not cross a node more than once. So this is a one condition we have to apply. What is path? So in this diagram here, you can see simple diagram. This is the first node x1 and this is x2. Okay, so this node, it is the input node, and this x2, it is the output node. Okay, so these are basically input to the output. So that means this arrow, this signs, so this is called the path. This x1, this a is the gain of this path, and x1, this is the input node, and x2 is the output node. So this is the basically equation, that is x2 equals to ax1. Okay, so this ax1, this is a path, and it is represented by a arrow symbol. Okay, in this diagram here, you can see here two nodes are available, that is input node. This is x1 and x2. So that's why we have to apply, this is the x3 output. This x3, that is equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2. Okay, so these are the basically called the path, and this path, it is classified into different category. This is open path, closed path, and forward path. So this open path, this path, it is a traversal or travel method of connected branches in the direction of branch arrows. It is represented by the arrow symbol, and this path should not cross a node more than one. That means a path, it is considered only two nodes, because in between two nodes, a one path, it is also available. So that's why we have to written here, the path should not cross a node more than once. Okay, that means starting node and ending node. This starting node and ending node, it is called the path also. Okay, open path. What is open path? A open path, it starts at a node and it ends at another node. So in the previous diagram, we have to see this is x1, it is a open node, that means a starting node, and x2, it is the end point, that means the output node. So this is a open path. A open path starts at a node and ends at another node. So this is called the open path. Okay, next 9, it is another term, that is closed path. A closed path starts and ends, it is a same node, it is called the closed path. So in our examples, one closed path I am seeing. Closed path, this is a basically closed path. Here you can see everyone in this diagram, only this is a basically node. This point in our mouse point where we have to tense, this is a basically starting nodes, and this node you have to see, this is the loop, it is starting and ending point, it is the same point. So this is a basically this loop, it is called the or path is called the closed path. Okay, so we have to discuss open path. Another one is the closed path. Next, forward path. What is forward path? It is a path from an input node to an output node that does not cross any node more than once. This is a simple. That means one starting node, it is a started point, and another node, it is a ending point in the output terminal. So this input point and output point, it has only two nodes. Any other node, it is not present. So this path, it is called the forward path. So this forward path, it is a path from an input node to an output node that does not cross any node more than one. So this is called the forward path. Okay, up to this it is clear, all of you? Because this term, this every term, it is related when you have to any solve the problems. Okay, it is clear? Please respond me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next we have to go, that is gain. What is forward path gain? It is the product of branch gains of a forward path. That means in that example, this is a forward path, that is a x1 and x2. The two nodes are available. A is the gain. So in this forward gain, the gain is x2, that is a x1. A is the gain. This A is called the forward path gain. In this example, A1, this is the one forward gain. Another one, A2, is the another branches. It is another forward gain. Okay, so this is called the forward path gain. It is a product of branch gains of a forward path. Another one, number 12. What is individual loop? Loop means that is a one closed path. That is it is a closed path starting from a node, and after passing through a certain path of a graph arrives at the same node without crossing any node from the ones. So in this diagram, so this is very clear. Here you can see this is a one node, this is another node. So in this way, you have to easily travel this point to the straight way, and also you have to travel this point, that is this in this way. So this is called the one loop. Okay, so that means this is called the forward loop. Another one, using this arrow, we have to represent, one is the forward loop, another one is the backward loop. Okay, so this is, remember all of you. So this is a individual loop. It is a closed path starting from a node, and after passing through a certain path of a graph arrives at the same node without crossing any node more than once. So this is called the individual loops. Okay, next, what is loop gain? It is same thing. It is the product of branch gains of a loop. That means the product terms or gain, it is also present in this path or gain. This loop, this loop gain, it is called the loop gain. That is, it is a product of branch gains of a loop, particular loops. Another one, non-touching loops. So in our previous diagram, we have to see there are lots of branch, that means lots of loops are available. This non-touching loop, that means if loops does not have common node, then they are said to be non-touching loop. So in the diagram, just you have seen, here you can see this is a basically one loop, and this is another loop, this is another loop, this is another loop. But this loop, it is non-touching loop in this loop, or this one and this one also, because here in this case, here you can see in this loop, the starting point and ending point, it is non-touching, it is not touch in the other loops also. So that's why this loop and these three loops, this is called the non-touching loop. But in this diagram, here you can see this is a one loop and this is another loop. Okay, so this is these two loops, this one and this one, this is called the touching loop, because this is a one node. This node, it is touching for these loops, okay, and these nodes, this is a touching in these loops also. So these two loops are this this one and this big one, this it is called the touching loop, but this one and this one, it is called the non-touching loop. Okay, it is clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Anyone any doubts? So please ask me, because we have covered every terms which is related in this signal flow graph method. Okay, so these are the basically terms we have to cover. So first we have to know what is path, what is branch, what is transmittance, input node or input source, output node or output sink, mixed node, path. Path is classified into three categories, that is open path, closed path, and forward path. Then we have to know that is a forward path gain. Then we have to know that is an individual loop, and then also loop gain, then non-touching loops. So these are the basic terms we have to relate it in the signal flow graph method. Next questions or next terms or topics. What is signal flow graph algebra? Okay. So this is a one simple terms when you have to solve this signal flow graph method for representation of the any transfer functions. We have to use this type of simple algebraic knowledge. So this signal flow graph for a system, it can be reduced to obtain transfer functions of the system using these rules. First rule, these are the basically different rules we have to classify here. First, incoming signal to a node through a branch is given by the product of the signal at previous node and the gain of the branch. Okay, so here you can see this is a single node, the x1 and x2, these are the basically gain, that is a forward gain. So we have to easily output calculation here, that is x2, that is equal to ax1. Clear? And this is the one another branch, this is we have to earlier discuss, that is x3, that is equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2. So this is a basically first rule. When you have to see any problematic figure, you have to easily calculate the forward gain and also branching gain also. Next, number 2, cascaded branches can be obtained combined to give a single branch whose gain is equal to product of individual branch gain. That means here you can see in this examples, this is the first node x1, this is the second node x2, this is the output node, that is a x3. Okay, so in between this x1 and x2, it gain is that is a, another one x2 and x3 node, it is a gain is another b. So we have to accommodate this equation in this pattern, that is x1, that is a one gain, that is a into b. Okay, that is a cascade systems, and the output node, that is x3. So this is called the cascade branches. It can be obtained combined to give a single branch whose gain it is equal to the product. Product means that is a multiplications. All of you learned the digital electronics in your previous semesters. So I think the digital logics you have to learn, that is a product, okay, or sum or product, sum of product, product of sum. So this is a basically product of individual branch points also. Okay, up to these 2 points, it is clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anyone any doubts? So please ask me, because this is a very important parts in this signal flow graph method. So next we have to go, this is a parallel branch. So this parallel branch, it may be represented by a single branch whose gain, it is the sum of the individual branch gain. So in this diagram here you can see this is x1 node, this is x2 node. So this is a one loops or one branch. So this is a two way. You have to start your journey from x1 and you have to remember another end point, that is a x2. Okay, so you have to travel in this way or Another way it is also present. So this is a one branch, this is another branch. So in this is branch, it is called the parallel branch. So in this diagram we have to calculate the parallel branch. It is equal to, that is a plus b. When parallel branch it is coming, logic is sum, and when the series connection it is also product. So please remember these things. So we have to accommodate this parallel branch, this pattern, that is x1, gain is a plus b, output that is x2. Okay. Next, number 4, a mixed node. A mixed node, it can be eliminated by multiplying gain of outgoing branch with the gain of all incoming branches. Okay. Not clear? So all of you seen this diagram? So this is basically one mixed node. This is the first node x1 and x2. This is x3 and then x4. This is the x4. Okay. This input node, that is x1 and x2, is a input node, and x4 it is a output node. Clear? So in that pattern, this x3, this is a mixed node, and where the two branches are meeting in this x3 node. Okay, so this point it is called the mixed node. So we have to easily calculate this one, this category. Here you can see this x1, it is travel a, that is a one gain in this forward path, then this path, that is c, then it is travel ending point, that is x4. Another one way, that is x2, it is travel this way, that is b is the gain, this forward path. Another one, it is same way, that is a c is the another forward gain. So you have to travel x4 ending point. So we have to easily calculate that is x1, this is ac, and this is x2, that is bc. So this is a product term, so we have to apply it here. So this is called the mixed node. It can be eliminated by multiplying gain of the outgoing branch with the gain of all incoming branches also. Because in this diagram, this is a x4 output node. This gain, it is coming from this way to this way, another one this way to this way. So that's why we have to easily calculate it from here. Clear? All of you, it is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, number 5. A loop may be eliminated by writing and rearranging the equations. It is another part. So in that case, here you can see this is the starting node x1, this is x2, this is x3. So in that case, this is a one way. Another loops it is present. This x3 is connected in this way also. So when you have to easily forward this point to this point, another point, you have to easily circulate this point to this point also. So you have to, when you have to calculate these equations, so this x2 node, we have to accommodate this pattern. This is AB by 1 minus BC. How it is coming? So all of you seen these explanations. So first we have to calculate this x2, output of the x2. This x2, it is equal to ax1 plus cx3, because this x2, it is connected this forward path and also these forward loops also. So that's why we have to calculate it, that is x2, that is equal to ax1 plus cx3. Clear? And where this x3, it is also one connected in the bx2, because this x3, it is connected this loop and another one, that is this loop also. So this is the one loop gain b is present. So we have to retain this x3, that is equal to bx2. This is x2. Okay. So now we have to put this x3 equal to bx2 in this equation. So equation is coming, that is x2 equals to ax1 plus what is the value of x3, that is a bx2, and c is present, that means bcx2 here. So in this equation, we have to common part, this one and this one, you have to easily common x2. So x2, when it is coming, 1 minus bc, that is equal to ax1. Okay, this is the first equation. Another one, when you have to calculate this x3, it is a accommodate two way. One is the this way and another one is this way also. So this is easily you have to written b into ax1 plus cx3. Okay, so this b is the this loop gain and another one is the cx3, this is the cx3, and this is forward loop gain is coming ax1. Okay, so now we have to easily accommodate this equation x3 and x3 here and here. So when x3 is common part, that is 1 minus bc, because b is multiplication in that part and in that part also. Rest of the part, that is a b x1, it is here. So when you have to accommodate, this is x3 by x1, this is equal to ab by 1 minus bc. So this is a basically loop ratio, that is a x3 by x1, that is the output node by input node. This is equal to ab by 1 minus bc. So this ab minus 1 minus bc we have to calculate it here also. Clear? It is clear, all of you? So these are the basically,
Yes, sir.
yes, thank you. So this is these 5 rules we have to apply when you have to solve the signal flow graph method. Next, this is a important part, that is a formula, Mason gain formula. So we have known in first this signal flow graph method, we have to use a Mason gain formula, which is discovered is J. Mason, and his name this formula it is populated, that is a Mason gain formula. It is used to determine the transfer functions of the system from signal flow graph of the system. Okay, so in that case we have to know transfer functions. We have to know that is TF or TS. This is equal to output by input, that means CS by RS. So this CS, it is the output of the systems and RS is the input of the system, all of you know. So in this method, this signal flow graph method, we have to eliminate a broad type of transfer functions. We have to accommodate it in a single transfer functions also. So this using this Mason gain formula, it is used to determine the transfer functions of the systems from the signal flow graph of the systems. So these are the basically terms, that is TF or TS, that is equal to CS by RS. This CS is the output of the systems and RS is the input of the systems. So this Mason gain formula, it states that overall gain of the system. So we have to calculate that this overall gain. So overall gain we have to calculate it using this formula, that is T equals to 1 by delta summation of K pk dot del k. Okay, sometimes it is also written in that pattern, T equals to summation of k equal to 1 to k. So this k equal to 1 to k, it is a one range. So sometime it is formula, it is you have to uses or you have to see in the every books or anywhere, that is T equals to summation of k equals to 1 to k, that is pk del k divided by delta. Okay, so here are different terms we have to uses. What is T, what is pk, what is del k, what is the k, but there are different uh, terms we have to use it. So we have to know one by one. First, T is the transfer functions of the given systems. Okay, so T, that means where T is the TS, that means the transfer functions of the given systems. Okay, next pk. What is pk? Pk is the forward path gain of the kth forward path. Kth means, that means in any problem there are different types of paths are available. That is 2 paths, 3 paths, 5 paths. So the number of paths, it is more than one. So in that case we have to calculate forward path gain of the kth forward path. Okay, this is represent, that is the pk. Okay, next Delta. What is delta? This is the delta. This is a very important terms which is calculated in the overall gain in the signal flow gap method. This delta it is equal to 1 minus within bracket sum of individual loop gains, okay, plus sum of gain products of all possible combination of two non-touching loop minus sum of gain products of all possible combination of three non-touching loop plus and so on. So this process is continuing up to the last loops. That is the first. Here you can see first we have to calculate sum of individual loop, that means a single loop, then plus. So here you can all of you remember in that case first we have to start negative sign, that is 1 minus, then sum of individual loop gain, then positive. This positive, that means the sum of all two non-touching loop, then again minus sum of gain products of three non-touching loop, then again plus sum of any combination of four non-touching loop, and so on. This process is continuing. This is the basically calculation of the delta. Okay, it is clear all of you? It is clear, so please respond me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. Next one, del K. What is delta K? Delta K is the dependent on the value of the delta. So this delta K for that part of the graph which is not touching in the K forward path. So this is a simple variable. The value is coming. This part it is graph which is not touching any forward path also. That means the non-touching loops. Okay. So these are the basically missing gain formula we have to use this when you have to solve the any transfer function, that is t equals to 1 by delta summation of k pk del k also. Okay, so this is a Mason gain formula. So this is the important question. It is coming in your exams. What is Mason gain formula? Explain it. So in that time you have to explain these diagrams, explain these equations, and what is the formula, and explain the every terms. So this is a very important question. What is Mason gain formula? Explain it. Okay. Next, we have to, up to this part, all of you clear? Because in this part, we have to clear introduction part of signal flow graph method. What is the applications? What is the different terms of signal flow graph method? What is the signal flow graph algebra? What is the basic formula we have to use? That is a Mason gain formula. Up to this part, all of you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Yes, sir.
okay, thank you. So everyone write your own name and roll number in the chat box also. And Pranav is present. Pranav is not present. So last class, who one is send me the attendance? Please respond me. Pranav is present. Not present. Okay, Gautam. Yes,
Yes, sir.
Gautam, please you take a screenshot right now, and then after ending the class, you have to send me. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And this screenshot, it is total participant list in one diagram.
Yes, sir.
Okay, after ending this class, you have to also join, because I have another class after 5 minutes. We have to discuss or example different types of signal flow graph method. So everyone write your own name and roll number very quick, very quick. So here you can see this is the first example. This type of question is coming. Find overall transfer functions of the system whose signal flow graph it is shown in this given below. Okay, so you have to given this type of diagram, and you have to calculate the overall transfer function using the signal flow graph method. So first step, so first you have to follow this equation. In this diagram, there are lots of nodes are available. This first node, first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 8 nodes are